Hi, I'm Missy Sterling from the Whitemarsh Township Board of Supervisors. I'm here with Sergeant Mack, our community outreach officer, who does so much in the community, and we're so appreciative. Can you tell us a little bit about what programs you currently do in the schools?
Sure. Well, we have a few school programs that we do that starts really in our elementary schools. About sixth grade, we start with our REACH program, which is a realistic education to avoid crime and harm. But really what we focus on with them is taking the information they have at the time and making the best, most sound decision they can with it. And we move forward. We're real big in the high school at PW. We have our student coalition where freshman through senior year, we focus with a peer group of students on them educating their fellow students on basically the same concept, making the safest sound decisions you can. And we do that through programs. We're big now with prom season coming up and graduation parties. We focus on safe driving. We do a DUI simulator and a safety bug coming up at the high school where it focuses on the effects of if you were to drive with any sort of alcohol, making safe decisions with that. Our coalition puts out a staged crash car on Colonial Drive during prom season to remind everybody, obviously of that worst case scenario that we try to avoid. And it really focuses, like I said, from sixth grade, middle school up through those graduating, going into college, just taking the information you have and making the most sound, best decision you can at the time.
Right, and we love and we're really appreciative from the township that you take interest in the students, that they know that they can come to you and they have a good relationship with you starting out in elementary school through high school, so that it's a good relationship and not one that they're afraid of.
Yeah, we love it. Like I said, just being out here today, Township Day, had a bunch of students from the high school and from sixth grade, different classes that just come up, give you a high five, ask how it's doing. And it's the normal person-to-person interaction that we love to build those relationships on and make it realistic, humanistic, and that we're always there for them as police officers, but also as people.
Right. And what plans do you have for the summer? I know you have something special planned. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, every summer with the police department, the board of supervisors in the township, we put together our cop camp for 10 and 11-year-olds. It's a week camp the end of June, and this is going to be our 21st year doing that. And that's great. We get a group of kids in and we put them through kind of a cop camp. What we do, the different programs we run, traffic safety, the K-9, detectives, and it's a long, hot week for us, but the kids love it. They enjoy it. It's fun. And again, that's just had people here from 6-7 years ago from Cop Camp up at Township Day that still talk about the memories they have, the relationships they formed, and it just, going through the rest of their life basically until they're adults themselves that, we have a relationship. We're here for them, like you said, building that community trust and the humanistic side to those relationships.
Right. I've actually seen some of the programs that take place at Cop Camp. It's amazing. Again, I think it's another example about how Whitemarsh Police interacts with our students and makes it a positive involvement. Again, I know there's a great thing that you do at the end in the park. Can you tell us a little bit about that at Cop Camp?
We do, so with Parks and Recs has their summer camp. So every year with our Cop Camp cadets, we kind of do a battle in the park with the kids from Park and Rec. And it's a water balloon fight, a huge kind of, Braveheart type war with water balloons. And then kind of like an obstacle course, racing, throw a little competitiveness into it because it's still, like I like to say personally, it's still about life goals, and there's always a little bit of competitiveness in life, but at the same point, it's being friendly, shaking hands with the other team when you lose or win, and having a fun time is the bottom line.
Well, thank you. Thank you for setting such a great example to all of our residents, to the kids in our township, and again, just for making us safe. So have a great day at Township Day.
Thank you.
We love Whitemarsh Township Day. Ready for 100% renewable energy. Woo!
This is Luann Merkel with the Whitemarsh Township Environmental Advisory Board. We have a crew of Deb Schreiro, our fearless chairwoman.
We have a very vibrant Whitemarsh Environmental Advisory Board going right now. We have 7 members, and we are doing a lot of really good things now. We have just passed with the Board of Supervisors Assistance Renewable Energy Initiative. We have a lot of recycling initiatives going as well as we're looking at naturalized spaces. Now, if you're thinking, I would like to be part of this, we have actually some opportunities for anybody in the township who's interested in the environment for helping with any of these committees. We've established some working groups, and you can go on the township website and you can sign up to be a member of one of these working groups that we currently have, or if you have an idea of something else you'd like to do, we're always interested in helping the environment in Whitemarsh Township.
And I thought, I need to do something about this. I need to make a difference. So I found the Whitemarsh Environmental Advisory Board, started coming to the meetings, and was so excited that there's people that are passionate and, want to do right by the planet. And so we formed these working groups, and there's Luann's working on renewable energy, which just passed in Whitemarsh Township, but I'm working on the recycling working group, and we toured the facility at Mascaro, our hauler, their recycling facility on Earth Day, and we found out the big no's. So I wanted to share with you some of the big 3 no's for recycling. So your pizza boxes, your bottom of your pizza box is greasy. You can't recycle the bottom because it's greasy, but the top is not. If the top is clean, you can rip the top off and throw your top in the recycle bin and put your greasy bottom in the trash. The other big no is no plastic bags in your recycle bin. So everything should go in your recycle bin loose. Don't collect it in plastic bags. Don't put your plastic bags from the grocery store in, but you can recycle your plastic bags at the Giant, at Target, at Whole Foods. They will recycle your plastic bags, but don't put them in your green recycle bin. And the other thing is, it's important, you need to rinse your recycle, clean it out, get that food residue out, get your shampoo bottles, your body wash bottles, rinse all that stuff out, because if you don't, when it gets to the facility, it's a contaminant, and it may not get recycled if you don't get it clean.
Should we take the labels off?
If you can take the labels off, that's a bonus, because the labels are actually considered a contaminant.
I have my electric car here. I never need to go to the gas station because I just plug it in at the house or at one of the 3 charging stations that Whitemarsh Township has installed in town. The other thing I'd like to mention is that Whitemarsh Township Day has been promoting Rethink Your Drink. What does that mean? It means no more single-use plastic water bottles. This year we're sponsoring it with boxed water is better because it's just recyclable paperboard, not single-use plastics that end up choking our marine life. I personally opt to bring my own refillable water bottle. I don't even buy this cardboard box.
Whitemarsh Township is
Ready for 100% renewable energy.
And we're at the Native Species, Invasive Species, Wetlands Committee table here at Township Day. What we have is soil, and we're planting the right milkweed for butterflies, and we're also planting native species for bees. So let's see who's here who can tell us about what they're doing. So Debbie, we hate to interrupt you, but you now are speaking to the people interested in Township Day. Can you tell us what you're doing?
Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm here with the Whitemarsh Township Environmental Advisory Board, and we're telling people about this beautiful butterfly, the monarch butterfly, which is actually quite rare now. And so we're encouraging people to plant milkweed because the monarch butterfly needs milkweed to survive.
Thank you very much. I'm not sure that's a monarch. It might be a swallowtail, but we won't quibble. Yes,
We're also telling people about the spotted lanternfly.
Okay, wait, start over.
We're also telling people about the spotted lanternfly, which is an invasive insect. So it's one that if you see, you should actually kill. And it's been a big problem in the western suburbs. It's coming our way. I actually saw it in my yard last fall. So we want to make sure people are aware and know what to do when they see them.
If you're wondering what we're doing, we also have a new Instagram account, which is Whitemarsh_EAB, or you can follow us on Facebook at Whitemarsh EAB.
We love Whitemarsh Township!
Hi, I'm Felix Armando, President of Colonial School District. Today, at Township Day, we have our team of architects, representatives from our district, and I'm also joined by Leslie Feingold, also a board member for the district. And today we presented what their new middle school will look like, and we also had, in addition to our poster board rendering, we have virtual reality goggles. The children got to look inside and get a 3D image of what the school is going to look like. Very exciting. That was a big hit today.
My name is Derek Cianelli. I'm a managing principal at KCBA. We're so fortunate to be a part of Colonial Middle School and bringing a new way of teaching and a new environment. There's going to be a lot more natural light in each one of those classrooms. We're no more triangular classrooms. And there's going to be STEM spaces in there and community spaces in there where the kids can be more interactive in their growth and their development.
We'll be breaking ground on this summer in 2019. It'll be completed in 2021. And it's going to accommodate all the new children coming into our district who need a new building. And we even have room for expansion beyond the existing building to add on classes if we need them in the future. So we are prepared for students coming into our district.
We love Whitemarsh Township Family Day.
Hi, I'm Missy Sterling. I'm chair of the Whitemarsh Township Board of Supervisors, and I'm here with Captain from the Barron Hill Fire Company. For those of you that don't know, and many of you probably don't, that both of our fire companies are run by volunteers, and I would just ask that Captain Jamie that you tell us a little bit about your volunteer program and how you rely on volunteers through your station.
So we are run specifically through volunteers. We count on our volunteers for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We have 20 active members and then additional 20 gentlemen and ladies that make up our fire brigade. We're always looking for younger members to come in and rebuild our company because we're not getting any younger, so we need new members. So.
And what do people do if they're interested in volunteering? How can they do that?
If you're interested in volunteering at our company, please check out our website, barronhill.com. And then secondly, every Monday night at 6:45 we train. So if you're interested, why don't you come out for a training, see what we're all about. We also have our monthly meetings the first Wednesday of every month.
Well, we thank you so much on behalf of the Township Barron Hill for making all of our residents safer. We appreciate what you do. We appreciate your volunteers, and we hope that our residents come out and support you. Thank you.
We love Barron Hill Fire Company.
On behalf of the Board of Supervisors, I would like to thank Fire Policeman Khan for serving as a volunteer in our township for Spring Mill Fire Company. I was just wondering if you can tell me a little bit first about what the fire police do in the township.
Well, the fire police are there to provide crowd control at a fire scene and also to direct traffic to make sure that none of the firemen are in harm's way and to keep people safe out in the streets so they're not running into fire lines or fallen wires or whatever the case may be at the scene.
Okay, and does Spring Mill rely on volunteers in the company?
Most definitely. Spring Mill is in desperate need of volunteers, as is all the volunteer fire companies, both within the township and across the state. Volunteers are very hard to find today because of the fact that people don't want to give up their time. And time is something that's important because there's a lot of training that's involved with being a volunteer because you want to know what you're doing when you're out on the scene. So we're looking for people who are willing to help out their neighbors, help out their friends by being a volunteer.
And if someone wants to volunteer for Spring Mill, how can they go about doing that? Where can they get information?
Spring Mill is available every Monday night. There's training going on from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And during the daytime, we have a paid driver who's there from 8 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock in the afternoon, who can come by. They can talk to about getting an application. Application process is quite simple. You fill out an application, and there's a background check that is performed, and then we vote you into our next company meeting that comes up, and that's how you become a member.
All right, and say people can't volunteer, but they want to donate because you fund yourselves. How can people donate to your station?
Donations to the station can be made one of a couple different ways. We do have an annual fund drive that's about to go out for the month of May that'll allow us to talk to all the residents in our fire district to allow us to ask them for donations. They can also donate to the firehouse directly by coming down and giving us a check or if they wanted to. And they can also do it on our fire company website, which is www.springmillfire.com.
Okay, and if when people donate, can you tell our residents what those donations go to?
When we fundraise, we're trying to buy the equipment needed for the firefighters themselves to equip an average firefighter to do his job correctly on the scene is upwards of $5,000 per firefighter. So it's very expensive. Everything for the fire companies across the country, when you put the word fire in front of it, the expense triples. So it's very relevant that we get the funds to provide for the people in the township. We have no fire income other than what the township donation is, and that's derived from the tax millage that they're charging and what the township will give us as part of an allocation to fund us for the year.
So basically your donations are helping to fund equipment and trucks and everything else that you would need to make sure that our residents are safe. Is that right?
Correct.
And finally, you have an amazing space. Can residents rent that?
Absolutely. We do have a fire company banquet room, and the banquet room is located on our second floor. It will hold up to 250 people. It was recently renovated 2 years ago. It's absolutely a beautiful space, and it's available to rent by calling the firehouse 610-825-1164, and they can get you in contact with their rental person at any time. So it's a perfect opportunity if you're going to have a wedding, bar mitzvah, any type of occasion where you need a big room to do it in. Right. We also have a smaller room in our social room that'll accommodate up to 60 people for party. So it's nice to have that big differentiation. That also helps fund us.
Yeah. So on behalf of the township, we just want to thank you and everyone at Spring Mill for all that you do to keep our residents safe. Have a great day at Township Day.
Thank you very much.
We love Whitemarsh Township Day.
Come support Whitemarsh Ambulance.
The police department loves Whitemarsh Township Day.
And I'm so excited that we're wrapping up another very successful Township Day. I'd love to extend my thanks to the Board of Supervisors, to the Colonial School District for being our gracious host, to all of our vendors, to our emergency services, and to all the entertainers and entertainment groups that came out. We just had a really wonderful day. And I want to thank our police department and public works department for all of their help, and WTV for always coming out and helping to promote our events. But most of all, I want to thank our residents who came out in great numbers and supported this beautiful community event for another year. We'll look forward to seeing you again next year, and thanks again, and have a great day.
We love Whitemarsh Township Day.